Tennessee Tech head coach Dewayne Alexander, the Golden Eagles, picked up their first win of the year. It was an OVC win. They came out 28-17 over Southeast Missouri. They're going to step out of conference play, go to North Carolina Central on Saturday afternoon. So, Coach, first of all, just some thoughts on the win against SEMO, and then we'll go into some questions.
Well, it certainly was a big OVC win, and I think an understatement to say it was a much-needed win. Just a very positive win for the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles against a quality opponent and a quality program. SEMO has been, one of the top two teams in our league here over the last few years, and I still think has a very good football team. And those guys are going to rally. Coach Took will rally those guys, and they're going to still end up with a very positive season. But certainly nice to win at home. We had Legends Weekend. We had the reunion of our 1961 OVC championship team and our 2011 OVC championship team. So it's nice to have those guys on hand for that. Coach Watson Brown was back and actually on the sidelines with our team for this game. So it was nice to have Watson back and nice to get a win for a home crowd. I talked to our team Friday night just in the team meeting and said, our key, I always try to give them keys to each week's game. And I felt the keys to the game for this week was, our offensive line, defensive line play. When you play SEMO, it's going to be a physical game. Those guys want to run the football. They want to keep you from running the ball. We were able to run the football in this game, especially in the second half. David Gist had a career high with 25 carries for 133 yards. Our quarterback, Willie Miller, came in, had 10 carries for 65 yards. Jordan Brown stepped in, had some big runs. So we were able to run the football. Then defensively, we did a really nice job against their run. Of course, Hess is an outstanding back, had 205 yards rushing against Tennessee. I think he was the fourth leading rusher in FCS football coming into the game. We held him to 69 yards rushing, and 33 of those came off one run. So really, he had 15 carries for 36 yards the rest of the game. And, a big part of their offense is getting their run game going. I think it gets their offense in rhythm. And when they, play action pass and run some RPOs and things like that, if you're effectively running the football for positive yardage, it certainly sets those things up better. So we were able to disrupt the run game and, really played solid on defense. I can't say enough about our defense. They really kept us in the game the first half of the game. We're down 10-0 and really, had to have a big stop there before halftime. Drew Martin got hit and, suffered an injury. We fumbled the football and, it's 7-0 game, and our defense at least holds SEMO to a field goal. And we were getting the ball to start the second half. So I thought that was a huge stop in the game. We needed to win the turnover battle. We'd not won the turnover in the battle all year long. It really hurt us. The reason, where our record is 0-4 was because of not taking care of the football. And we did not start the game off very well again. But second half, we did not have a turnover. We did win the points off turnover battle, which I think was huge. Jalen Baker had an interception there in the third quarter. Huge interception, got the ball down the 25-yard line. We threw a touchdown pass on the first play after the fumble recovery to make the score 10-7. And our whole sideline it was charged and excited. And really from there, momentum went from, you always heard the term Old Mo. Old Mo got on our sideline and was wearing purple and gold there for really the rest of the game. And we were able to keep that momentum. But we did win the points off turnover battle 7-3. I wanted to keep our composure. We got a young team. I felt like the previous game against Eastern Illinois, we had a couple things that we do not do around here. We're not going to put up with stuff after the whistle. Whenever the NCAA and the OVC decides to start awarding points for what you do after the whistle, then we'll get involved in trying to up our game in that area. But you do not get any points. You can only hurt your team for anything that happens after the whistle is blown. We're going to play through the sound of the whistle. We're going to play aggressive, which we did in this game. We got after SEMO in this game. We played physical. We played hard, but try to limit the after the whistle stuff. We only had one penalty in the football game, so I was really proud of our guys there. Filled the ball better in the kick game, and we did a much better job at that. We had an 18-yard punt return, which was nice to see. Got our sideline going. We did much better in the kickoff return game as far as just getting initial field position and fielding the ball. And, wanted to play some complementary football, which we've not done. And we did that, an 18-yard punt return, set up field position. We go score off of that. We get an interception. We go score a touchdown off of that, and that way you get your entire bench involved. When everybody in every phase of the game is making plays and everybody's up on the sideline, everybody's excited. And that's really how you create energy. We're not a professional cheerleading team. We're a football team. So, you can try to create some energy by doing some stuff. But initially, it's your actions. You got to have action on the field. You got to make plays. You got to go out and create your energy. And, we challenged each guy to do that. And we really did a nice job of that in the second half of the game. Willie Miller was a huge spark to our team. Prayers for Drew Martin. He's actually having surgery today as we speak. So, he's going to be lost for the season. He took a hit there late in the second quarter. And Drew's an outstanding young man. Has really paid his dues here at Tennessee Tech, got his opportunity to start against Eastern Illinois, and I thought played very well in that game. And he started the game here, got knocked out of the game. And, Willie Miller came in at quarterback, and Willie had been knocked out of the game in the Tennessee game, and did not finish the Tennessee game. And then due to protocols, we had to hold him for practice the entire week of Eastern Illinois. He did not practice at all. So, getting Willie back in the flow, but he came in the second half and really ignited our team, made some plays, 10 carries for 65 yards, hit some nice passes. Very proud of Willie. And really, I've been very proud of all of our quarterbacks' attitude and how they've handled themselves. We've played 3 different ones, so they all have suffered some type of injury already this year that has affected their ability to play. And so, but hopefully we've got, we've settled in here now. Hopefully we can keep Willie healthy, and he came out of the game unscathed Saturday, and hopefully we can keep him healthy here for the rest of the year. But, I thought Willie come in and did a nice job. And at the end of the day, this win was big in a lot of ways. Obviously it was a win at home, but it makes us 1-1 in the OVC. All of our goals, we've got a lot of adversity, and we've lost some non-conference games to start the year. But at the end of the day, we're 1-1 in conference play. We've got all the Sergeant York Trophy games ahead of us, which is a goal for us to win that every year and to keep that trophy here now that we finally have it. And, to win the OVC. And I certainly think if you can go, it's in our hands. If we can just go win, we got all of our OVC games left. I'd love to see what 5-1 does in the OVC. I think it has history shows it has a really good chance, to give you an opportunity to play, a week after that. So, we got everything ahead of us. We're in control, 100% control of what happens to us from here on out. And we had by far, which you would expect, but you don't ever know, our best football practice of the year this morning. I mean, the energy was great. The players have handled it well. I texted every player on our team last night. We had a good team meeting on Sunday and went to work this morning. And, and we're just excited and to have been through what we've been through, to feel like we really do have a second lease on life. And so that win did a lot for us in a lot of ways on Saturday.
I know Ben's got a question or two. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, Coach, you actually already answered my first question about the atmosphere of your team and program and practice since then. So what can you tell me about NC Central?
Well, NC Central is very good. And I want to say about our team there, you're talking about that. For a team to be 0-4 and having a team like SEMO come in here who has handled us the last 3 years, it says a lot about our guys, and to be down 10-0, and for them to not quit. Our football team, we do not have quitters on this football team. We're not a program that's going to go there or just hand in the towel. Our guys really came out in the second half and felt like they could win the game. And, and I'm really proud of them for that. North Carolina Central, again, a program we don't know a lot about. We had to pick that game up due to 2 of our teams, that have left the OVC, and you're scrambling to try to find some games. And, we had actually had a game scheduled with North Carolina Central a couple of years ago that couldn't get played. That's the reason we were able to kind of get this game, get it scheduled like we did. I don't know a lot about them. I've watched them on film. They got a good looking football team, very athletic in a lot of positions, big offensive line, good skilled players. They played Mississippi Valley State, and they've played some teams that we don't know a lot about. So, really we're trying to gather as much information as we have, and we got to go to their place. It's about a 6.5, 7 hour bus ride. We've got to go there and play. So it looks like every game I've seen on tape, when they play at home, they always have great crowds, great fan support. Looks like a big, loud band. So it looks like it's going to be definitely a road trip atmosphere to play in. So we're going to prepare well and go down and see if we can't get a road win.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, I got one more for you, and we'll let you go. When I was just looking up on North Carolina Central, they obviously lost in the last play of the last week. I guess you can take that 2 ways. The team can rebound and say, let's don't let it happen again or whatever. But it seems they've had some tough luck, which you've had this year. So I don't know if you can relate to teams kind of losing games maybe they shouldn't have, or being in it to the very end.
Yeah, that's a tough. I know they had a tough loss last week. That was actually a Hail Mary. They threw a Hail Mary and got tackled on the 1 yard line. Mississippi Valley State actually had 1 second left in the game, called a timeout and ran one play and tied the game. North Carolina Central actually scored with 25 seconds left in the game to take the lead, and then gave up a pretty good sized kick return, and then a Hail Mary, and then scored, and then lost on the extra point. They had missed their extra point, Central did, when they scored. So really a tough loss. They had outplayed Mississippi Valley, but certainly a long trip over to Itta Bena, Mississippi from Durham, North Carolina, and they had to travel back to Durham. But, they're playing well. I mean, North Carolina Central's got a good team. I've seen them compete against North Carolina A&T, and that's kind of the game that we've kind of used to measure. We played Furman this year earlier. Furman had beaten North Carolina A&T. North Carolina A&T had beaten North Carolina Central. So I've seen North Carolina A&T compete against Furman and against North Carolina Central. So it gives us an idea. Bottom line, they are an FCS football program. They have FCS players of very good talent, good speed at the skill positions. And it will be a good matchup. It's certainly a game that I feel confident that our team can go and compete and have an opportunity to win. I feel that way about it. Every game on our schedule, including, the previous two we played and all the way out. So I feel like we can go, and we certainly have a great opportunity. My challenge to our guys is to practice better, and prepare better mentally and physically. And we're growing up. This team really helped our team grow up. The adversity's helped us grow up. Adversity will help expose some things and reveal some things that winning will not. And adversity exposed and revealed some things about our team and some areas that we needed to grow. And we have done that, and we've continued to do that. And I'm really excited about the upcoming games, and excited about the chance to go compete this week.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time this morning. Best luck on Saturday, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you. Thank you.